Here I wanted to take the data frame df once again here, and here this time I just wanted to use the df and dot reindex. Okay, let's put a tab here. We'll get now here I wanted to use the items in the columns. Okay, in the columns I just wanted to use some list here. Let's say that this time I just wanted to use Kate first. I wanted to just shuffle it. Okay, Kate. K is in capital. It is case sensitive, so one should be very careful when somebody is entering the names here. So Kate, and then Tim, and then what we have is a Tom, right? So I just wanted to reshuffle this. Okay, now let's see what I'll get here. So you can see that the data is in order what I just entered here in the column. So with reindex we can play something like this where we'll get the rows in a shuffling way. Now we can also do it. We can also do the shuffling by the rows. Sorry, earlier I talked about the shuffling of the columns. Now I'm going to talk about the shuffling of rows. Let me just use some method for that. Okay, we have log location. What we are trying to do here is we wanted to shuffle the rows here. Let's say C here, and then what I want is D, and then I'll say we have A here. Okay, now what I've got here, you can see it like I can also shuffle the rows as well as columns by using reindex in the reindex and columns. We can shuffle the columns, and by using a lock method we can shuffle the rows. And not only like this, we have different methods where we can do this shuffling. Okay, this is one way of making it. Maybe you can experiment it in a different way as well. Now let's take a simple data series. Let's say that we have here s is equal to something like this. Okay, and I'm just using dot here, np arrange 5 dot, which is a float kind of data. So when I execute this, let's say yes, I just got here data type as a float. Now suppose if I wanted to drop the row B from this, okay, from this series, I can just simply use a new underscore s as a new variable. Now I wanted to drop from s, right? S dot, we have a drop method. You can just simply type tab, and just use B. I just wanted to drop B here. So let's see what I have got in the new s. So you can see I can easily drop B here. Similarly, you can make it in a bulk. You can drop several rows. Let me just use again s dot drop. Let me open the list with. I just wanted to drop a C and as well as a D here. Okay, C and D. Now let's see what I've got here. C. I could able to drop both C and D from this. Okay. So likewise we can do some different operations, or this time I just wanted to take again a different data frame from here. Let me just do the direct copy so that I can save some time. So let's understand this. I have assigned a variable called data here. I just used a data frame method in that I just wanted to initiate 16 numbers starting from 0 to till 15, and then I'm going to reshape it with 4 by 4 matrix. In that indexes we are calling, generally it is called as rows. We are saying that Kate, Tim, Tom, Alex, we have 4 rows, and then we have columns A, B, C, D, and we are saying that it is in a list. We are directly saying that it is in a list. It will be definitely taking A separately, B separately, C separately, and D separately. Let's see what we'll get when you have executed this data. You can see directly here, as I told you, that we have 4 rows and 4 columns with the letters A, B, C, and D because we have initiated the columns with the list. Now we have got the complete 16 numbers starting from 0 till 15. So let's do some operations here. I wanted to take the data, variable data here, and say that I wanted to drop the rows. I can simply use the list here and say in the quotes Kate and Tim. That's what I wanted to drop from this data frame. Okay, let's see what we'll get here. So definitely we could able to drop successfully those 2 rows. Now let's use some other methods here. Let's say this time data dot drop. Okay, this time I just wanted to have a column A here. Okay, I just wanted to drop the column A. When you're just dropping the column A, you're just getting an error here. Okay, so for that, what you need to do here is whenever you wanted to perform actions on the columns, you need to enter here Shift tab. You will have axis. By default, axis will be performing on the rows, but when you put here axis is equal to 1, then you will be performing the actions on the columns. See, now you can see it here. A is gone. We now only have the columns B, C, and D. Similarly, we can do it by maybe this time I just wanted to use the data variable and use the drop object. Say this time I just wanted to drop Kate. See, Kate, even though if you're giving access is equal to 0 or not, it will execute. Sorry, I just got an error here because this time when I wanted to remove Kate from here, I need to use an access method, okay, which is saying that axis here, saying that let's say it is equal to 0. Let's see what I will get here. uh, so we need to be very careful here because uh, the the letters are, this is a case sensitive thing, so you need to be very careful here while giving some kind of letters here. So this time I just got dropped Kate here. So see, by default we have axis here. When you just enter shift tab in your windows, you will get here axis is equal to 0. That means by default it is taking axis is equal to 0, even though if you can write here, even though if you're writing or not writing, it will give you the same kind of output. You can see it here, right? So this is one way of doing it. Now let me just retrieve the data. Let's see the data table what we have actually here. Now here we can also do some arithmetic operations. Let me say this time, let's say that we have some stats, like we have mean, median, mode, right? Like this time I just wanted to use here stats. Okay, so here I can just write me and then tab, use the mean. Okay, where so I wanted to use this mean on the index. Okay, on the index means I'll be getting index means rows, so I just wanted to operate with respect to Kate, with respect to Tim, with respect to Tom, uh, sorry, with respect to A, I wanted to operate. So here you won't have these rows actually. So here I wanted to evaluate mean with respect to index here. Okay, with respect to index, let's see what we will get. Axis, let's see what we'll get. We got 6. Let's check that out by using calculator. Let's see whether we are correct or not, let's see. 0 plus 0 plus 4 plus 8 plus 12, which is equal to n divided by 4. So we have got 6 here. Somehow, so it is accepting correctly. Right, perfect. Now this time I just wanted to use axis is equal to columns. Let's see what we get here. We are getting an error, so it won't take columns. Oh, I've just made the spelling mistake here. So you can also do it with respect to index, also with respect to columns, right? Uh, when you're doing with respect to index, it is going on the row wise, in the row wise, sorry, in the when you're taking with respect to columns, it is taking in the row wise operation. When you're taking with respect to the index, it is taking the column wise operation. Just remember it, just observe it, and try to find exactly what actually it is doing. So that is it in this video. We'll talk about more in the upcoming videos. Bye bye.